So I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. My name is Gayla Cruikshank, and I am one of the Susan G. Komen 3-Day coaches, along with Coach Heather. She's on the call with us tonight as well. So we want to thank y'all so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us here. Also want to welcome you to the Susan G. Komen 3-Day family. Even if you're not registered to walk yet, you're part of this incredible community because we all have the same goal, and that's to end breast cancer. Like me, you probably know someone who's faced breast cancer, or maybe you've been impacted yourself. Maybe one of your friends or your family members told you about how great the Komen 3-Day was, and you want to see for yourself. We'll spend about an hour together today, and my goal is to provide you with enough information and inspiration so that you have all the tools you need to take on this challenge and to have an amazing experience. If you're not registered yet, my hope is to inspire you enough to get registered for the 2023 day by the end of this presentation. So if you're not on mute yet, go ahead and put yourself on mute, and then at the end we will do a question and answer. About 270,000 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in women, and about 2,600 new cases in men each year in the U.S. 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. Worldwide, breast cancer is the most common cancer in women and the leading cause of cancer death in women. Every 15 seconds, somewhere in the world, a case of breast cancer is diagnosed in a woman or a man. Every 50 seconds, somewhere in the world, someone dies from breast cancer. Susan G. Komen has provided more than $1 billion in funding for breast cancer research and more than $2.3 billion in funding to screening, education, treatment, and psychosocial support programs, serving millions of people in more than 60 countries worldwide. Over the past 2 years, Komen's investment in metastatic disease has more than doubled over previous years, making up nearly 40% of our overall research investment for 2016. Susan G. Komen is the world's largest breast cancer organization, funding more breast cancer research than any other nonprofit outside of the federal government, while providing real-time help for those facing the disease. On any given day, Komen provides 340 patient navigation services for individuals impacted by breast cancer. On any given day, more than 580 women receive a free or low-cost screening mammogram made possible by a Susan G. Komen community grant. Susan G. Komen is the only breast cancer organization that addresses breast cancer on multiple fronts, including breakthrough research, providing needed care, mobilizing communities of hope, and taking action through public advocacy. Susan G. Komen will reduce African American breast cancer disparities by 25% in 5 years, starting in the 10 U.S. cities where the inequities are greatest. Those are Los Angeles, Dallas-Fort Worth, Memphis, Houston, Atlanta, St. Louis, Chicago, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Virginia Beach. Over the past 15 years, Komen has spent an average of 80 cents or more of every dollar spent on efforts and programs to fulfill our mission, which includes investments in breakthrough research, critical patient support, empowering patients with trustworthy information, and advocacy for compassionate public policies. This is consistently above the 65% mission spend level recommended for nonprofits by the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Alliance. We walk in the 3-Day because we can't sit by the sidelines. We've watched loved ones go through a cancer diagnosis, through surgery and chemo. Maybe you've gone through that yourself. The 3-Day is a challenge and it's a big commitment, but we have to go the distance to make a difference. And you know, however hard it is not as hard as breast cancer. So we'll keep walking and we keep raising money until breast cancer's done. The 3-Day is more than a fundraiser. It's more than a walk. It is an experience. Everyone's there for the same reason, to end breast cancer. The pink bubble, as we call it, is a community of kindness unlike any other experience you'll ever be a part of. Some basic facts. There is a registration fee of $70, and you must raise at least $2,300. But I don't want you to worry. We have a ton of resources here to help you raise that money. So don't let that scare you away. I've done it many times. My first time was in 2005, and I've done it many, many times since then. And it's a lot easier than you think it is. I'm going to go into details about that a little bit later. You'll notice that the Chicago 3-Day has reached capacity, but we do have the 20-mile walker program that's still open. This is for individuals who will raise $750 and walk Sunday of the event. So I said the registration's $70, but right now it's only $50, and that will be extended until February 7th. So share those details with your friends so they can join you. Our community is what makes this event so great. We all have a passion for breast cancer research and education, and we have fun while we're doing it. More than 500,000 people just like you have walked before and met their fundraising goal. No matter what your past fundraising experience is or your past walking experience, you can achieve this goal, and we're here to help you every step of the way. Once you commit to the 3-day, we commit to you. And the support that we offer matches the commitment that you're making. You'll have a dedicated 3-day coach available by phone or email to help you. If you have a question about training, you want to brainstorm fundraising ideas, you want help personalizing your fundraising page, whatever the case may be, we're here to help. Your 3-day coach is accessible by phone at 800-996-3-DAY or email at thecitynamecoaches@the3day.org. We're here to help you. She's going to be your mentor, your advisor, your cheerleader along this journey. She can help you create your personal fundraising plan and be there every step of the way, meeting your $2,300 fundraising requirement. All of us 3-day coaches, we've walked and we've fundraised, and we can share our experiences and our successes with you along the way. Walkers who are new to the 3-day have a very special dedicated coach just for you. That's Coach Heather, and she's right there. She's also on the line. You're going to love her. She's what we call our hype girl. Ending breast cancer is a big goal. Research costs a lot of money. Patient care, community health support, and advocacy, all those things cost money. Making this commitment and taking on walking 60 miles in 3 days gives you the reason and the platform to ask for donations. Because the 3 days big, it gives you the opportunity to ask big. You're going to walk away from your 3-day experience feeling enormously empowered. Every day, advancements are made in the fight to end breast cancer. You're going to live the rest of your life knowing that you helped make those advancements possible. You took action. You helped save lives. You chose to be a part of the solution. What an incredible achievement to have on your life story. And do you want to know what the secret to fundraising is? Ask. You want to know the number one reason people don't give a donation? They haven't been asked. I have some successful fundraising tips here, so take note. Get personal. Share your own story, not just the statistics. Connect with your donors through a personal relationship with them. The second one is to set a meaningful goal. Some people choose to raise $5,000 to celebrate each year of being cancer-free or their loved one being cancer-free. And you get the idea. Choose a meaningful goal that you can share with your donors. Reach out to everybody, and we mean everyone. Give everyone the opportunity to make a difference in this fight. Never make a decision for a donor, regardless of their life circumstances. The fourth one is to ask for a specific amount. Remember, what you're doing is big. It's far bigger than yourself. You're not asking for money for yourself. You're asking for funds to help end breast cancer. Asking for a specific amount gives your donors guidance. Remember, they're never going to give more than they're comfortable donating. So here's a few examples. Ask 60 people for a $60 donation to be part of your 60 club. You can ask 46 people to make a donation of $50. Maybe ask 23 people for a $100 donation or 100 people for a $23 donation. Do that and you've met your goal. The fifth one is show and tell. Provide information on where the money goes and how it makes an impact on the social and national level. Since 2003, the Komen 3-Day has raised more than $848 million. The net proceeds raised by Susan G. Komen 3-Day help Komen save lives and end breast cancer through breakthrough research and support to people facing breast cancer now by providing access to screening, treatment assistance, patient navigation, and education. And the sixth one is to ask often. Don't be shy about reminding your donors. Just because someone doesn't donate right away, it doesn't mean they don't want to. In fact, most of our donors are going to need a second or a third reminder, especially when you start fundraising early. When you register, you get an online participant center at the3day.org and a personal fundraising page. You can send emails from your participant center, and they'll automatically contain a link directly to your page. You can click on the new social share and personal email link, and it will connect a template directly to your personal email rather than going to the website. You can also track fundraising progress in your participant center. It's the hub of all of your 3-day news and activities. And you can also make your own personalized URL for your fundraising page to make it easier for your donors to find you. We also have a free mobile app where you can send emails or text messages from your smartphone. You can track your progress, thank donors, and even make check deposits directly from the app like you would do through a banking app. Checks deposited through the app are applied immediately to your fundraising account, so you don't have to wait for mailed checks and printed donation forms to process. You can set up a Facebook fundraiser that's linked to your 3-Day account to get your Facebook friends to donate. You can easily spread the word, collect donations, and track your progress right on Facebook. All donations collected through your Facebook fundraiser will go directly to your 3-Day fundraising account and be reflected in your 3-Day fundraising thermometer. This is the best and easiest way to raise money on Facebook. To set up your Facebook fundraiser, you log into your participant center, and you'll see the instructions in a link right at the top of your participant center homepage. It's important to invite your friends, your Facebook friends, and post about it regularly to spread that word. Other things you can do for fundraising is you can host creative fundraising events that raise large amounts of money at once. You can exchange ideas for fundraising events on our Facebook page or on the 3-Day message boards too.
Gayla, can I jump in real quick about the Gayla?
Yeah.
Can I jump in real quick about the Facebook fundraiser? It's funny because today I was just messing around as the tool to do some troubleshooting, and in 1 minute, my Facebook fundraiser was up. My friend saw it and donated $50, and it was a mistake. So people say they can't really fundraise successfully. Well, I just got off a call with a gal in Chicago. She started raising her funds on the 22nd of January, and she already has $2,800. She's well above her fundraising minimum. And that was literally in like 2 weeks on Facebook. And when I looked at all of her donations, they were all Facebook fundraising donations. So don't let that fear keep you from setting up what could be very successful.
Right. Another thing that's really easy through Facebook is that people have Facebook set up with a credit card too, usually. And when they do the Facebook fundraiser, all they do is click donate, the amount, and confirm it, and it's done. They don't have to put their name, address, email address, any of the other stuff. It's very, very, very quick and easy. Thanks, Heather. That's awesome. We also provide a lot of other fundraising tools on our website. You can find a widget that you can add to your email signature or your personal blog. We have business cards that you can print and personalize. We have sample posters and fundraising letters and so much more. A couple of fundraising webinars are on our website as well that are focused on how to raise a large amount of money in a short period of time. They can all be found on the 3-Day website. I do want to mention we have an 87-year-old walker named George, and he utilizes the old U.S. mail to get his donations. He sends letters with a personal handwritten note along with a donation form to everyone he knows. He walked all 7 cities last year, and he's fundraising for all 4 this year. When you meet George, you will know who I'm talking about. Everybody knows George. Also want you to remember that your 3-day coaches are here. We're your mentors and your guide to help you get to your goals and beyond. If something happens and you are unable to participate in the 3-day, you are not going to be held responsible for the $2,300 goal, and that any money that you've already raised will be donated to the cause. But we don't want you to think that fundraising will ever be the reason that that you're unable to participate. So just call us anytime. We're here to help. You really should get your fundraising started early. The reasons are because it solidifies your commitment and it makes it real. You are doing this. The earlier you start, the earlier you reach your goals, and the more you can raise overall. Once you hit your fundraising goal, you can solely focus on training at that point. It's incredibly inspiring to see how your family and your friends step up to support you. Once you get your first donation, the momentum grows and you'll feel energized to meet your goals. We've noticed that walkers who raise their first $500 will raise their whole $2,300, the requirement, easily. So once you focus on that smaller amount first, so you can raise $500. We also know that people are 2/3 more likely to show up on the event when they get their fundraising started early within the first 30 days. So make sure you get your first donation today and try to get more donations in the first 30 days. Walking 60 miles is a physical challenge, and it was designed to be that way because when you challenge yourself in a big way, it inspires your donors to give in a big way. The difficulty of walking 60 miles is nothing compared to the difficulty of facing a breast cancer diagnosis and everything that comes with it. So we honor those who face breast cancer by walking so far. Do you need to train for the 3-day? I mean, it's just walking, right? And you walk every day. But do you walk 20 miles a day for 3 days in a row? Trust me, you need to train because we want you to enjoy, not just endure your 3-day weekend. The more you train before the event, the less you'll hurt or hobble after the event. So save these dates. We have our training kickoff events. New England's 16-week training kickoff is going to be May 2nd. The Chicago 16-week kickoff is going to be May 16th. The Dallas-Fort Worth 24-week kickoff is May 30th. And the San Diego 24-week kickoff is June 7th. The training webpage that's in your participant center contains a basic training program that begins 24 weeks prior to the 3-day. There's also a 16-week compressed schedule. The 3-day training app for iPhone will help you track your progress and remind you of your weekly suggested training schedule. The most important thing is you get out there and you start walking. Ramp up your mileage in a safe and comfortable way. Incorporate some long back-to-back walks as the event gets closer, and get to know your gear and learn to listen to your body very closely. If you're able to follow the 3-day training schedule, we know that you're going to be well prepared for the event. But we also know that following a schedule to a T isn't always possible. So don't be intimidated by the training schedule. Just use it as a guideline, not a requirement. Tweak it to fit your lifestyle. You should aim for a pace of about 3 miles per hour. If at any point on the event you can't continue walking, you'll have the option to wait for one of our 3-day sweep vans that are patrolling the route, transporting walkers to the next pit stop. After resting at the pit stop, you can continue walking, or you can take the shuttle to camp if you're done walking for the day. We have seen anyone and everyone train and participate in the 3-day. Young, old, out of shape, or athletic, even those with physical disabilities. It's so inspiring. So regardless of your fitness level, you'll have fun, you'll feel good, and you'll be in better shape because of it. I know that 60 miles sounds like a long way, but we're going to help you get there one step at a time. Official training walks led by participants who volunteered to be training walk leaders. It's the perfect way to train. Official training walks are one of the best ways to connect with other 3-day participants. You can find a team, you can share fundraising ideas with other walkers, and hear about the 3-day from past participants. Everyone is encouraged to become a training walk leader. Just log into your participant center, and at the profile section in the top right, you can choose that you're interested in becoming a training walk leader, and we will get you set up. You can contact your coaches at any point, and we'll help you plan your routes and get them posted on the 3-day training walk calendar. You are never alone on the 3-day. There are so many ways to connect with other walkers, whether you want to form teams, you want to go on training walks together, or talk about fundraising ideas. We have lots of tools on our website. There are message boards, a way to search for training walks in your community, and we also have the 3-day friend finder, which allows you to search for other walkers in your neighborhood and connect with them. And don't forget your coaches. We're also current and past walkers, and we're your virtual teammates throughout this preseason preparations. A team can be made up of 2 people walking together or 200 people. Forming a team is quick and it's easy. You can do it from the moment you register, or you can do it later on. Participating in the 3-day on a team multiplies the fun, the laughter, and the tears that you share along the way. A team gives you accountability. I mean, you don't want to let your team members down. Whether it's a group fundraising activity or a training walk, a team is a great way to participate. It increases your fundraising power and helps you organize group fundraising events. Training and preparing for the event is also so much more fun when you're part of a group. The support of teammates makes training and fundraising more enjoyable and successful, and it's easier to stay motivated. You can create a team when you register, or you can do it later. Form a team with your family, your friends, your coworkers. It builds camaraderie and strength with your relationship, and strengthens your relationship. If they don't start out as your family members, they'll certainly feel like family at the end. Each team member is still has its own personal commitment to raise at least $2,300 and should make every effort to maximize their own personal fundraising potential by reaching out to their network of friends and family. Walkers also who are on a team are much more likely to show up on an event. You can increase your impact, fun, and feeling of community if your friends commit with you. You help in recruiting new walkers to the Komen 3-day will make this year the best event ever for you, them, and all of us in the pink bubble. We have resources that are on our website to help you ask your friends and your family and coworkers and neighbors and strangers to join you on the 3-day. So we have sample letters, posters, flyers, and more. When you recruit one new walker to the 3-day by June 1st, we'll reward you and that walker with a 3-day bub. It's a seamless wrap that's pictured above. You can bring 2 or more friends into the 3-day family, and you'll earn a cool limited edition 3-day hoodie. It's not pictured here because it's still in the process of getting designed. If you're on the San Diego 3-day and you recruit 2 new walkers, we'll arrange for you to have a slumber party together on the event, complete with a large tent that sleeps up to 4 people with air mattresses that we provide, pillows, and phone chargers. You make the 3-day what it is. You help it grow. You make it fun. You make it impactful. You make a difference. The 3-day is like nothing you've ever experienced before. Past participants have called it life-changing and inspiring. When you arrive at the 3-day, you'll join hundreds of people who have been working toward the same goal for months, the goal to end breast cancer. Just imagine the energy and the excitement when you all come together. Before opening ceremony begins, you'll drop off your luggage with the crew members. Keep anything you want along the route in a small waist pack or backpack. And of course, you'll need to keep your water bottle with you. We'll do some morning stretches, and then we'll take part in the inspiring opening ceremony. This is the time to reflect on what brought you here to this moment. Every 3 to 4 miles along the route, you're going to come up to a pit stop or a grab and go. At a grab and go, we'll have cold water and sports drinks so you can fill up your water bottles, plus we'll have restrooms there. At pit stops, you'll also be able to grab a snack or visit with a member of our medical team if you're developing a blister or just not feeling that great. You are going to encounter a lot of smiling 3-day crew members along your journey. Those are the incredibly dedicated volunteers who spend the whole event working to ensure the walkers have a great experience. We serve lunch at a midway point along the route each day as an opportunity to rehydrate, refuel, and refresh before tackling that second half of the day's journey. Another thing that you'll notice along the route is the incredible support of the community that we walk through. It becomes one big community of kindness, united in the fight to end breast cancer. Local businesses put up signs and balloons, scout troops, school groups line the route. People hand out treats to thank you and to keep you going. We're also looking for your friends and your family to help support our route. So please use your personal network to help recruit other groups to reach, and you can reach out to your coach for more details about that. After a full day of walking, you'll spend the night with your fellow walkers and crew members at camp. On the San Diego 3-day event, camp takes place outdoors in a big slumber party under the stars. But don't worry about roughing it. This is glamping, like no camping that you've ever seen. For Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, and the New England 3 days this year, we're hosting camp in a hotel. Participants enjoy all the comforts of home, sleeping in a real bed, enjoying the private shower, and all the other perks of a hotel stay without missing out on the camaraderie of the 3-day community. We have had participants say they love it. Participants will sleep in one main hotel as well as another one nearby if it's needed. This will be at no additional cost to you. Your fundraising requirement and registration fee do not change, and the 3D will cover the cost of the 2 nights of the hotel room. A good night's sleep and a comfy bed plus a hot shower might be just the thing you need to keep you fueled for a day of walking. If you've had any family or friends who've been reluctant to join you on the 3-day in the past because they just couldn't see themselves sleeping in a tent for 2 nights, let them know about this exciting change. Whether you camp outdoors or in a hotel, you'll be welcomed into camp by cheerleaders, crew members, and lots of adoring fans. A special part of the day is when the last walker makes it into camp, and we all come out to cheer him or her on. It's not a race, so we don't celebrate the first walker into camp, but it's when our last walker comes in. That's a celebration. There's a lot to do at camp, but the first order of business is to grab a snack and something to drink to replenish your strength. Then it's time to find your gear bag, which you dropped off at the opening ceremony. On the San Diego 3-day, once you have your gear, it's time to get your pink tent set up for our big grown-up slumber party. Trust me, the tents are not hard to set up, and there's always someone willing to help you. The tents will sleep 2 people, and you'll have an opportunity to select your tent mate. You'll be able to fit 2 twin-size air mattresses or 1 full-size and your gear inside the tent. If you're in a hotel, you want to get your gear, check into your room, and then join us in the dining room for all the same amenities as you'll find at a campsite. There'll be a full packing list available on the event information page in your participant center before the event, so make sure you check that out. The dining area at camp is where you'll find a lot of activity. Not only can you eat a hot breakfast and a hot dinner there, you'll enjoy on-stage entertainment and a fun recap of the day. With fun activities on Friday and a beautiful moment on Saturday night you won't want to miss, we can't wait to see you in camp. And we'll probably have a dance party Saturday night. If you're camping outdoors at the San Diego 3-day, you'll find our shower trucks are pretty amazing, complete with individual shower stalls and plenty of hot, high-pressure water. Outside each shower is a row of mirrors and sinks with running water and hair dryers that you can borrow. We even offer a towel service so you can pick up a fresh, clean towel every time you go into shower. That's something that you can opt into during your online check-in for a small fee, but it's money well spent. And if you're in a hotel, well, you probably know what that looks like. Beds with fresh linens and hot showers. Anytime at camp, you're welcome to visit the 3-day Main Street. In the 3-day lounge, you can enjoy special treats and drinks while socializing with your new friends. You can visit the Trail Mix bar, take a picture with friends, and check out the 3-day post office to see if you've received any mail from a loved one from home. Then visit the pickup point to pick up special pins or prizes that you may have earned because of your fundraising achievements or some other milestones or rewards. Saturday night, friends and family are invited to visit you at camp for the evening. You can get a hug from your loved ones, you guys can enjoy the camp program together. I want you to note that ballroom capacity for hotels event might limit the number of visitors for friends and family night though. We also encourage you to visit the remembrance area to quietly reflect and reconnect with the cause. This is a special space where we honor 3-day participants who've battled and lost their fight with breast cancer. All these features, Main Street, Remembrance, and the family party at camp Saturday night, are all on our 3-day events, whether it's outside in a tent or inside in our host hotel. On Sunday morning, after 2 days of walking, you'll pack up your gear and go back out on the route. The route is different every day, and it's designed so you can see some of the most beautiful scenery in your area has to offer and spread the spirit of the 3-day into as many communities as possible. Every 3 to 4 miles, you'll find a pit stop or a grab and go with portable toilets, hydration, food, and medical. And definitely plan to celebrate the halfway point at lunch on day 2. Your 60-mile journey ends with a sense of accomplishment and empowerment we mentioned, plus a big party. At the Finish Line Festival, you'll find food, drinks, music, games, dancing, and a whole lot of celebrating there. It's also where you can pick up your victory shirt. Once the last walkers arrived, we begin the 3-day closing ceremony. During the closing ceremony, we honor our breast cancer survivors, we thank our volunteers, we celebrate our journey, and we make a promise to never give up. After the closing ceremony, you'll pick up your gear and you'll say goodbye to all those new friends you made on your 3-day journey. But if you're like many of our participants, that goodbye will be more like a see you next year. The next steps you'll need to do, for those of you who are not registered, let's get you registered right away. Go to the3day.org to get registered. $50 is the registration fee, but I have a tip. If you use the code LOYALTY, LOYALTY, it'll take an additional $10 off. You'll need to personalize your fundraising page and create your custom URL. Get your first donation within 24 hours to cement your commitment and get excited. Create your Facebook fundraiser and start raising money while you sleep. Ask a friend to join you on the 3-day and create or build or join a team. I want you to remember who or what it was that brought you here. For many of us, it was a friend, a family member, a coworker, or even a total stranger who inspired you with their breast cancer story. Or for some of you, it was or is your own personal battle with breast cancer that inspired you to fight back. You came here because some part of you knows that by participating in the 3-day, you can make a difference. Your active participation in the fight against breast cancer is going to lead us to a world without breast cancer. So this is the moment for you to do something about it. So seize this moment. It's time to commit. There's really no reason to wait. You can register today, or if you have registered, go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, Heather and I will stay on the line and answer your questions, but also join the conversation online. The blog has got a tremendous amount of wonderful pictures and ideas and stories to inspire. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is great to look through and save those videos, share those videos online with your donors, and it'll be very inspiring for them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to unmute everybody, and we want y'all to ask us questions. We have 37 people on here. I hope somebody has questions. Heather, do you have anything to add?
I just want to say, as Gayla was going along, saying that, this is in your participant center and, you'll have a packing list available to you before event. Just know that we understand that the participant center is so chock full of information and valuable, but at the same time, kind of confusing. So we're not putting the entire burden on you to find that. Like every month you'll get something, like you probably just got the February news and things that are timely every month. That will be included in the news, and there will be links to things like that. So you're not just searching aimlessly. We will direct you throughout the season up until your event.
If anyone's not on, if you want to put yourself on mute for background noise, that would be helpful, but I want to leave it open for everybody to speak. Let's see.
I have a question.
You bet. Who's this?
This is Larry Weinkauf in Florida.
Okay, hi.
Hi. First of all, Heather has been very helpful with all my silly questions that I keep sending her in email. So thank you, Heather, for answering all my questions.
Not silly at all, Larry.
My silly question is that Heather just said, and you just explained about sharing rooms and so on and so forth. What if you don't want to share a room?
Well, our rooms are for 2-person occupancy. So what we can do is we can introduce you to some people that you can share a room, or you would have to pay for a room yourself. Unfortunately, for the cost of effectiveness of it, we have to put 2 people per room.
So you can pay for the cost of the room yourself?
Absolutely.
For both nights,
cool.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thanks. That answers my question. Thank you.
Larry, real quick, even say you wanted to stay, you had like a brand loyalty to another hotel nearby, or the rate was better somewhere else, you can always go there also. You just have to be responsible for yourself via Uber or Lyft to get back to and from the camp location, because we wouldn't have a shuttle for that.
Okay, all right, thanks. You as always out there, you always have all the answers for me. Thank you.
Okay, Larry.
She's our general know-it-all.
I have a quick question piggybacking on the hotel thing. This is Audrey Curtis.
Hi, Audrey.
Now, if we have a team, are we able to request, certain, I'm on a team with my sister, so are we able to request that we're designated as roommates, or is it just kind of a drawing thing?
Yes, you will request. So before the event, everybody's going to get, and that's especially for the hotel market, you're going to get a travel request or a hotel request where you pick your roommate, and you have your roommate pick pick you too. So make sure that you talk to who you want your roommate to be. You pick each other, and we will match you together. And we'll do everything we can to get the team close together, but it's not a promise.
Okay.
But also just know that opportunity does not present itself until you have reached your fundraising minimum. So online check-in will open for, say, New England in the middle of May, and folks who've already raised their $2,300 will be ready to rock and roll and do all the steps to get them, signed up through our travel, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we give you, the summer to raise your funds, but kind of the sooner the better. If you want to make sure, say you wanted 2 beds, sometimes 2 beds goes pretty quick, and you and your sister might not have an issue sharing a bed, but you just want to make sure that when you fill out your hotel survey that you're getting everything you want, and the sooner the better.
Okay. When do those hotel surveys typically come out?
Not till roughly mid-May, and depending on what city you're walking, it kind of is tiered. Like San Diego won't come out till June.
Okay, I'm doing the New England one, so I'm assuming that'll be one of the first ones to roll out.
You will, my dear. I'm thinking maybe the 12th to the 14th of May, and again, that will all be spelled out to you in all emails, so please just read those emails.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
You bet.
Walkers will need to have their fundraising completed by 6 weeks prior to the event to guarantee to get that hotel room. Now, you will have an option if you have a fundraiser that you are doing the week after the deadline. You can let us know, and what we will do is we will give you an opportunity to do a delayed self-donation. What it is you will capture your credit card with a $2 self-donation to yourself, and then you will have a few days after the event, up to a few days after the event, to finish your fundraising. It just guarantees that you'll get your $2,300 done. And then if you are still short after the event, we'll charge your card afterwards. But it is January or February. You guys have so much time to fundraise. I'm very confident that you will have no problems.
Okay, I have a question. This is Debbie Rude.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi. So on this whole logistics of the hotel, given many of us will be flying in, I'm doing New England, the hotel will have enough rooms blocked out because we'll need a room the night before the event begins, and we'll also need a room the Sunday night.
Yes, so when that hotel survey comes out, you need to mark on there that you are going to be coming in Thursday night, so you'll need a room Thursday night, and you'll need to stay again Sunday night. So we'll take care of your Friday night and Saturday night, but you'll take care of your Friday and Sunday. So make sure you fill that out as early as you can, and then you can let them know. They'll try to keep you, and the earlier the better, and then there's a better chance that you'll get to keep that room for 4 days.
Okay, and then you mentioned you have to have all of your fundraising in. So I'll give you an example. So I have all my fundraising. I've met my minimum, but let's say my daughter hasn't, and she's going to be my roommate. I can't request her until she meets hers.
True. This is true.
Okay.
But you still have many months for her to do that.
We're talking about my daughter.
Yeah, she's probably young, but that is once you reach your fundraising, then you will have access to the survey that will allow you to choose your roommates.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Kimberly from for the San Diego Walk.
Hi there.
Hey, will there be hotel rooms available for that Thursday night prior to the camping and the Sunday night after?
Yes, if you go to, I don't know if it shows up yet, but the 3-day under travel information, you will be able to see host hotels is a travel portal in there. So you go there, see you'll have to make your reservation through there to be able to get the shuttle to opening ceremony and from closing ceremony back to your hotel. So you'll make your reservation through the hotel portal on the 3day.org.
And again, the hotel portals are not open yet, and we know that people kind of get anxious about where they're going to stay, but we have a few